Hello guys, welcome back to S3D. In the past I have done a lot of video discussing the danger of plasticized PVC. Obviously, that's type of plastic that's used in a lot of domestic action figures. Basically, you give the figure a lot of pliability, flexibility. Some people call it rubbery. A lot of content creators have talked about that. Uh, it's like a topic of great debate. But today we're gonna swift change the focus to another type of plastic that's also very common among action figures, mostly import action figures and transformer action figures. We're gonna talk about ABS plastic. So ABS plastic is basically the harder type of plastic that they use for robot action figures like transformers, the hard stuff, the stuff that is you know prone to yellowing over time. And we're going to discuss that because there is actually a process to reverse the yellowing. This is actually something that someone brought up in one of my videos talking about overpriced, low quality products. Unfortunately, this is a natural process with ABS plastic, especially if you live in an environment that have a lot of heat. If you live in an area where you experience excessive heat related, uh, you know, temperatures, we're talking about temperature over 100 degrees. This can happen even if your item is like stored and not in direct exposure to UV light, which is the sun. Uh, it happens. I have brand new items that sat in boxes that have went through this process of yellowing, just sitting right in the box. I'll give you guys some example of that. But yeah, it's basically I'm on the wiki, and then we're looking at the process called retrobrite. So yellowing in ABS plastic occur when there's exposure to UV light or excessive heat. So if you put your item in direct exposure to sunlight, it doesn't matter where you live. You don't have to live in a very hot environment. If you just leave it out and let your stuff be exposed to the sun, this process will happen. But it also happens in hot environments where some of the stuff sitting in boxes, they will still go through this process. So yeah, um, the uh, the process of basically reversing uh, this thing called a photo oxidation, because the ABS plastic is actually a resin mixed with polystyrene. Polystyrene is like the stuff that they use to make gunpla and spoons, plastic spoons, and some eating utensils. Uh, they put in this chemical that basically act as a flame retardant to the ABS plastic. And what happened is, like, over time, that chemical bond can degrade due to exposure to UV light and excessive heat, and the polymer chain breaks down, and then the plastic becomes like yellow and brittle. Basically, they just weakens, and then they have the tendency to break. That's how you get uh, cracks in ABS plastic. It's unfortunately, I think that process, the brittleness is irreversible, but you could actually uh, like de-yellow the plastic, but you're not gonna make it stronger. You just change the color back. So from my understanding, what you can do with this process is they give you instructions on how to do it. So you use hydrogen peroxide, which is something that's available everywhere, and then you put the ABS plastic, you soak it in the hydrogen peroxide, and you expose it to UV light. Which sounds kind of ridiculous, right? Why would you want to expose the plastic to UV light when you know it's gonna damage the plastic? But unfortunately, that's how it is. You put in hydrogen peroxide, you shine some UV light on it, and the process change the color back to its original color. It de-yellows the plastic. It doesn't make it stronger. In fact, I think this will also cause a lot more damage to the plastic itself. I'd rather have it, be yellow than to be, become even more brittle. So that's my personal opinion. But yeah, it sucks. Unfortunately, that's the nature of ABS plastic. Uh, so there you have it. That's how the yellowing process happens. So a lot of people are telling me, they have like transformer figures that they pay a lot of money for, and then within a year, we're talking about recent releases, not stuff sitting around for 20 years, and they have already begun to yellow. Well, two things: people either expose it to, uh, you know, uh, having a lot of sunlight exposure to the item, or they live in an area with excessive heat. Basically, you just have to live in an environment that is really, really hot. Basically, you have to experience like 100-degree heat for a long period of time, like, days or months and stuff like that, for that kind of process to happen. So, yeah, it sucks. I do have some examples that I will demonstrate. I have these Tamashi Nation action bases, or what they call the Tamashi stands, right? I bought them all separately. I bought one from a friend that lives in Victorville, California. That's kind of like a desert environment. I bought them brand new. They're still in the boxes. And I bought like some of them in my local hobby shop up here in Northern California. And these were all bought within a year and a half period. And yeah, some of my stand that was just sitting in the boxes have already begun to go through this yellowing process. So let me show you guys some example of that. All right, so you guys can see right here to the left side, we have the action base that I just recently opened to attach the RX-78 Gundam version anime figure, and you can see the yellowing. It's yeah, I'm sure you can see on camera, but this has all begun to yellow. And basically, this thing was just sitting in the box. The box have no windows. It's just a completely sealed box. If you guys bought Tamashi Nation stands, you know what I'm talking about. I think I bought this in, I think November 2022, or maybe in December. I bought this online from my friend in Victorville. I bought this and sing one of those the Azaku from him. So yeah, and then this one is something that I bought in the I think like in March 2022. I bought this in San Francisco, California, from Ing's Hobby Shop. So yeah, you can see there is significant difference. This one has like no yellowing whatsoever. Yeah, like I said, extreme heat can definitely do a number on uh, the yellowing of ABS plastic. Even if none of your stuff is actually exposed to sunlight, I don't expose any of my stuff to direct sunlight. They are all sitting in shells, with nowhere near a window, and I usually don't, you know, since I'm a freaking vampire kind of person, I don't, open the window to expose my room to sunlight anyway. So yeah, it's very shocking. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.